So this is going to be a bit of a paradox of a video. This is a video talking about Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk. But to be more specific, we are going to talk about the inability or the prohibition of talking about Tyler Robinson. Because, well, a heavy gag order has been imposed on the media and everyone, and I think that even YouTubers, that we cannot talk about this. And here I am making a video talking about this gag order. It's a bit of, back to the future stuff. The scope of the Tyler Robinson case gag order is unprecedented in Utah. Over 3,000 witnesses, quote-unquote associates of the case, attorneys, family members, and even press are subject to the order, threatened with a potential contempt of court, charges, and jail time for speaking. So I understand a couple of things. I am not that, that dense when it comes to trials and, having a prosecution of somebody, that the court of public opinion can be rather dangerous to in regards of these proceedings, because they can taint the perception of jurors. They can sway the opinion that anybody has on a case, and they can essentially change anybody's point of view on the suspect, in this case, Tyler Robinson. But there's a lot of things that has to be done, and just in case, if you haven't been watching my channel for some time, but if you have been here, I'm pretty sure that you have realized that 1 month ago, I just went berserk, and every single piece of information that I could get my hands onto about the Charlie Kirk case. In most instances, trying to debunk the most outrageous conspiracies, trying to use, our jelly, our brain jelly, our head jelly, to put it to the test and, realize that so much of the things that people were pushing out there were not even physically possible. Yes, I doubt a lot that is out there. Especially, I'm going to make a special mention of those text messages between Tyler Robinson and his partner, boyfriend. I don't know what to call it right now. I don't know if calling it a boyfriend, I can get into trouble, because, well, maybe it's not a boyfriend. Maybe that furry is some kind of protection, but I don't think so, because we haven't heard anything from the FBI, anything from law enforcement in regards to the boyfriend, partner, whatever. But at the same time, there is a big problem about this. Now that we say partner, remember that, Gavin Newsom calls his wife his partner. He doesn't say wife, he says partner, because I guess that in leftard circles, the term wife is, bad juju for them. It's, oh no, that is not politically correct. You cannot say wife, you have to say partner. But at the same time, we need to address that fact. All the insanity of liberals. And it's that insanity that I want to talk about. It is closely tied to Tyler Robinson. And you know that in my channel, I not only do body language analysis. I think that the body language analysis is the least that I do nowadays. I'm, by the way, spread along 5 channels right now. You can find them in the link in the description of this video. But besides body language, I speak about, the woke mind virus, which is actually a thing, a very real thing. And that is one of the things that radicalized Tyler Robinson. That is, the proof around that is overwhelming. You simply cannot overstate the amount of proof and evidence towards the radicalization of Tyler Robinson by, let's say, everything that liberals stand for, especially, getting rid of the competition, getting rid of their political opponents with violence. And that's what brought him to this. Maybe you think, I know what you're thinking. Some of you are thinking, okay, but maybe Tyler Robinson is just a patsy. He's just a fall guy. Even if he was turned in by his father, he's just a fall guy for these organizations or these countries or these intelligence agencies that are the real ones behind this. Okay, okay, pump up the brakes because I need to address something. There is a non-zero chance that maybe you're right. Okay, I'm not going to deny it. There's always a possibility. In my opinion, the highest degree of confidence is that this guy did it. My question has always been, I want to repeat that right now, is that I don't think that he acted alone. And I don't believe for a second that he was the only one at UVU that day, that afternoon, that was the only one who knew what he was going to do. I'm pretty sure and almost sure. I can't be 100% sure, of course, but there were more people that knew that was going to happen. That Tyler Robinson was the one who did it, or his patsy, that doesn't deny the fact that he was indeed radicalized by the left-wing media, or the mainstream media, which is pretty much the same. Let's call a spade a spade. So that is the problem that I have with the fact. I understand that I cannot talk about him. I cannot talk about this case. But well, we have said so much about this, and regardless of what you could say, oh, is this going to be a fair trial? Again, if you want to dismiss, which is my gripe with so many people that come to my channel, my emails, I understand you want the best information about out there. You want the best content. You reach out to me. You send me everything so I can take a look at it. But I see so much misleading information out there, and I want to be clear about the prosecution of Tyler Robinson himself, and that's what this gag order was issued with. A gag order that I have some issues with. That I can understand the necessity of a gag order, but at the same time, that is a pipe dream. How do you prevent people online or everywhere from speaking about a case? You simply cannot. This is not the 1950s or the 1970s, not even the 1990s. This is 2025, and that is going to happen. Now, what do we do with that reality? Because that is important. If we want the truth and if we want an actual solid prosecution to make this work, we have to try to think with our head straight. And one thing is for certain. If you believe every single conspiracy theory out there, if you think that every slice of the truth pie is up for grabs, then it means that basically nothing to you is real, that this is a sham, that Tyler Robinson maybe he doesn't even exist, that maybe Charlie Kirk didn't even exist. The assassination never happened. I have made fun of that so many times because, yeah, it is nice to ask questions. It is nice to question the narrative, but it's a bit, crazy when people go completely off the rails, like they are driving this 18-wheeler at I don't know, 100 miles down a highway, and they decide, hey, I have these intrusive thoughts. I'm going to go full Abrodian with no driver's license, and then go do an U-turn with on the highway of sanity and just bring everything down the drain. Yes, some people are like that. Some people are like that, and they're totally entitled to it. But I'm going to tell you, as a friend, we need to try to actually reach the truth in this case. And I mention other creators sometimes. I reviewed some other creators' videos sometimes on this case and others. But I don't think I'm going to do that again unless it's absolutely necessary. Because I want to make it clear something, especially about my channel. I try to bring you the facts, especially in an era in which there's so much out there that we are not sure if it's AI, if it's planted, or not even, we're not talking about not even talking about patsies. We're talking about AI. And AI is getting scary good. I should make a video about that as well. But in that, I want this space to be say, let's try to ask questions that make sense, as in evidence-backed questions, as in, because I could ask the question, okay, maybe it was not Tyler Robinson who killed Charlie Kirk. What about aliens? All right, I'm asking a question about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. No question is out of bounds, but the follow-up question that you would have, understandably, is what evidence do you have that it could have been aliens who took out Charlie? That is a valid question. And I would say, I don't know. I have a hunch. I just know that it was aliens. I have no idea, but I sometimes joke about that. I have no proof, but no doubts either. But it's usually satire when I'm saying that. It's obviously, okay, unless you don't have, an act for satire, it's, it's the way that I use that expression. I have no doubts, but I have no proofs, but no doubts either. This is the thing that I wanted to address about this. This is the thing that I maybe agree, disagree with the gag order, but so many of you have been following for so long, and you know what happens when somebody tells Jesus Enrique Rosas to not do something. I will absolutely do the thing that they tell me not to do. But again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.